Hey, let's forget all the myths and secrets. In this video, we'll talk about which fertilizers will truly turn your tomatoes, cucumbers, and potatoes into real champions in the world of vegetables. We'll discuss which fertilizers are best for different veggies and which ones don't just work, but actually boost your harvest. Enjoy the video. Gardening isn't just a hobby, it's a real science that has evolved over centuries. While our grandparents used manure and compost, science has come a long way since then. To make your garden as productive as possible, it's not enough to just water the plants. You also need to feed them properly. But how do you choose the right fertilizer when there are so many options? That's what we'll talk about today. Actually, every vegetable needs different fertilizers, and if you think there's a one-size-fits-all solution, you're mistaken. So, let's figure out which fertilizers are right for potatoes, tomatoes, and even delicate vegetables like peppers and eggplants. Tomatoes are quite the divas and require special care. To get delicious, juicy fruits, they need gentle fertilizers that provide all the essential micronutrients. One of the most effective solutions is organic fertilizer, based on compost or manure. This helps tomatoes develop a strong root system and accumulate beneficial nutrients. But in addition to organics, tomatoes also need supplements like potassium and phosphorus. These elements play a key role in improving flowering and fruit setting, as well as strengthening the plant's immune system. 1. Organic fertilizers. Tomatoes love organics. Compost and manure are ideal starting choices because they release nutrients slowly, keeping the soil in good condition over a long period. Organic fertilizers improve soil structure, promote root growth, and help plants better absorb water and nutrients. Examples: California compost, rich in organic materials, improves soil structure, and helps plants absorb all the essential micronutrients. Manure, useful because it improves the soil and provides long-term nutrients to the plants. 2. Mineral fertilizers. Tomatoes also require additional minerals like phosphorus, potassium, and magnesium. These elements help improve flowering, fruit setting, and stem strengthening. It's important to maintain the right balance of these elements. Too much nitrogen can lead to excessive leaf growth, while a lack of phosphorus and potassium will slow fruit development. Examples: superphosphate, an excellent source of phosphorus that helps tomatoes form roots and improves flowering. Potassium fertilizers help increase plant resistance to diseases and promote quality fruit ripening. 3. Liquid fertilizers. If you want to quickly feed your tomatoes during their active growth phase, liquid fertilizers are the best choice. They are absorbed by plants faster, providing immediate results. This is especially important during the summer season when tomatoes grow actively and need constant feeding. Examples: Nitrofosca, a versatile fertilizer that contains all the important elements, including nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium. Perfect for tomatoes at various stages of growth. 4. Biological fertilizers. For those who aim for eco-friendly gardening, biological fertilizers are the perfect choice. They contain microorganisms that improve the soil and increase its fertility. Example: EM preparations, effective microorganisms, help activate biological processes in the soil, increasing the availability of nutrients for plants. 5. Fertilizing at different growth stages. It's important to fertilize tomatoes at different stages of their growth. During the active growth phase, it's best to use fertilizers with a high nitrogen content, and during flowering and fruiting, go for those with increased phosphorus and potassium. This approach ensures that plants get the necessary nutrients at every stage. As conclusion, to keep your tomatoes happy and ensure an excellent harvest, combine organic and mineral fertilizers. Organic fertilizers provide long-term nourishment, while mineral additives support critical growth moments. It's essential to maintain a balance and consider the needs of your tomatoes at each stage of their development. Essential nutrients for cucumbers. Cucumbers are plants that require a good balance of essential nutrients: nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium. Each of these elements plays its role, and it's important that they are in the right proportions for cucumbers to grow healthy and productive. Nitrogen, N. This is crucial for the growth of green mass. Cucumbers grow actively in the early season, and nitrogen helps them develop strong stems and leaves. However, be cautious with the amount, as too much nitrogen can lead to excessive leaf growth at the expense of fruit production. Phosphorus, P. Responsible for root development, flowering, and fruit setting. Phosphorus is especially important for cucumbers when the plant is actively developing its roots and starting to form fruits. A lack of phosphorus can slow down plant growth, reduce the number of fruits, and weaken their development. Potassium, K. Essential for increasing the plant's resistance to diseases, improving the quality of the fruits, and increasing their size. Potassium also aids in photosynthesis and promotes sugar accumulation in the fruits, making cucumbers sweeter. 2. Liquid fertilizers. Cucumbers have a shallow root system, which means they absorb nutrients dissolved in water more easily. This makes liquid fertilizers ideal for feeding cucumbers. They are quickly absorbed by the plants and provide results in just a few days. Examples of liquid fertilizers. Nitrofosca, a comprehensive fertilizer with a balanced mix of nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium. It's one of the most popular choices for cucumbers because it promotes active growth and good fruit production. Soluble fertilizers with added microelements. These fertilizers provide cucumbers not only with the main macronutrients, but also with important microelements like boron and magnesium, which improve fruit quality. 3. Complex fertilizers with magnesium. Magnesium is one of the important elements that plants often don't get enough of, especially when using only standard fertilizers. It helps with chlorophyll synthesis, which allows plants to perform photosynthesis and produce energy. Magnesium also helps prevent yellowing of leaves, a common problem for cucumbers when they lack this element. Why magnesium is important for cucumbers. Improves photosynthesis. Magnesium helps plants absorb light more efficiently and convert it into energy. Prevents yellowing. This is a well-known issue where leaves start to yellow, especially in older plants, and magnesium deficiency can lead to poor absorption of other nutrients. Increases yield. Magnesium helps improve flowering and fruit setting, which ultimately increases the number and size of cucumbers. 4. Organic fertilizers. Organic fertilizers like manure or compost can also be used for cucumbers, although they act more slowly than chemical fertilizers. They are good for improving soil structure and can be an excellent complement to liquid feeds. Organic matter adds beneficial microorganisms to the soil, which help plants absorb nutrients. Example: manure can be used to prepare the soil before planting. It improves the soil structure and promotes aeration. 5. Mineral fertilizers with copper and boron components. Cucumbers are plants that can suffer from various diseases, such as powdery mildew or stem rot. To prevent these problems, fertilizers with added copper and boron can be used. These microelements strengthen the plant's immune system and help prevent many diseases. Examples: boric acid helps improve fruit setting and promotes root growth. Copper-based preparations can be used for disease prevention, such as fungi or rot. 6. Fertilization at different growth stages. It is very important to feed cucumbers at different phases of their growth. During the active growth phase, it is best to use fertilizers high in nitrogen, while during flowering and fruiting, fertilizers with higher phosphorus and potassium content should be used. This approach prevents nutrient deficiencies at each stage. Conclusion: for cucumbers, it's crucial to maintain a balance of nutrients. paying special attention to nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium. Liquid fertilizers with magnesium will help improve photosynthesis, prevent yellowing of leaves, and increase yield. Don't forget to use organic fertilizers and microelements for the overall health of the plants and to boost their immunity. Let's take a closer look at which fertilizers are best for potatoes to ensure a high yield of strong, healthy tubers. Potatoes are root vegetables, and for their full growth, it's important to consider several key factors. 1. The role of phosphorus in potato growth. Phosphorus is one of the most important elements for potatoes as it promotes root formation and provides energy for cell division and growth processes. Phosphorus is especially crucial when the plants are actively developing their root system and beginning to form tubers. A lack of phosphorus can lead to slow plant growth, a reduced number of tubers, and poor development. How phosphorus helps potatoes. Improves root development and strengthens them. Promotes quick rooting after planting. Stimulates flowering and tuber formation. Provides good immunity to diseases and stress. Examples of phosphorus-rich fertilizers. Superphosphate. One of the most popular fertilizers high in phosphorus. It speeds up rooting and improves tuber development. Monopotassium phosphate. Contains both phosphorus and potassium, making it an excellent choice for potatoes, especially during the period when the plant starts forming tubers. Trebus pris. 2. The role of potassium in potato growth. Potassium is a vital element for potatoes as it not only helps with tuber development but also improves their quality. Potassium strengthens cell walls, making tubers denser and more resistant to mechanical damage, as well as improving their storage. Additionally, potassium helps potatoes absorb water more effectively and protects the plants from various diseases. How potassium helps potatoes. Strengthens tubers and helps them develop faster. Increases potatoes' resistance to diseases. Improves the taste of potatoes, making tubers sweeter and more nutritious. Increases the plant's resistance to drought and stress. Examples of potassium-rich fertilizers. Potassium salt. A well-absorbed fertilizer for potatoes that helps improve tuber quality. Wood ash. A natural source of potassium and other micronutrients. It not only strengthens tubers but also improves soil structure. 3. The combination of phosphorus and potassium. For potatoes, it's especially important to combine phosphorus and potassium because these two elements enhance each other's effects and contribute to the plant's full development. This not only helps develop the roots, but also accelerates the growth of tubers. Example: I recommend using our phosphorus-potassium fertilizers. Like Agricola for potatoes. This fertilizer is specially designed to provide potatoes with everything they need at various stages of growth, including the active tuber formation phase. Agricola helps improve root and tuber development and increases the plant's resistance to diseases. 4. Organic fertilizers for potatoes. In addition to mineral fertilizers, potatoes can also benefit from organic fertilizers like manure and compost. Organic matter improves soil structure, adds humus, and promotes better nutrient absorption. Using organics is especially important for improving the overall fertility of the soil, which helps the growth of strong tubers. Example: adding Slacker wood ash to the soil before planting potatoes is an excellent way to not only increase potassium content, but also improve soil acidity, which will benefit the growth of potatoes. Chapuis. 5. How and when to apply fertilizers for potatoes. Potatoes require fertilization in several stages, and it's important to choose the right time for applying fertilizers. Before planting. At this stage, you can add organic fertilizers such as manure or compost, along with some wood ash or superphosphate. This will provide potatoes with everything they need for good rooting. During active growth. During the active growth of potatoes, when the plants start developing leaves and stems, it's important to provide them with enough nitrogen, but not forget about phosphorus and potassium. This will help support overall growth and accelerate tuber formation. When potatoes begin forming tubers. This is a critical moment when fertilizers high in phosphorus and potassium should be used. Fertilization during this period will promote quality tuber formation and improve their structure. 6. Fertilization at different growth stages. First fertilization before planting. Use phosphorus fertilizers like superphosphate or monopotassium phosphate. You can also add wood ash to increase potassium. Second fertilization during active growth. Use complex fertilizers with a balanced mix of phosphorus and potassium, like Agricola for potatoes. Third fertilization during tuber formation. Use phosphorus-potassium fertilizers to promote tuber growth and improve their quality. Conclusion. Phosphorus-potassium fertilizers are the most effective for potatoes as they provide the plant with all the necessary elements for proper growth and development. Don't forget to add organic fertilizers like manure and wood ash to improve soil structure and increase its fertility. Fertilizers should be applied in several stages to maintain nutrient balance at different growth phases. You'll be surprised, but the secret isn't just about buying fertilizer. It's all about choosing the right fertilizer for each vegetable, based on its specific needs. If you pick the right one, you can achieve amazing results. And of course, don't forget about balance. Too much fertilizer can harm your plants. The significance and consequences. Your plants won't just grow, they can become true garden champions. Whether you're aiming for a good harvest or dreaming of a record-breaking crop at your summer house, the right fertilizer guarantees your success.